During the time that we were reconnecting with friends, we were pretty much talking about the topics that we're going to discuss today. One of them being the Batman runtime. So the production team behind the Batman just officially announced that the official runtime for this film is going to be 2 hours and 55 minutes long. That is the longest Batman movie to date. Once again, like what we did with Spider-Man, what we did with Black Widow, we are going to be renting out a movie theater for sure. We look forward to that. But man, one of our friends even asked, like, is there any way you guys could do like an intermission and like pause the movie?
Yeah.
Which we can't. We don't have any control over the theater.
But that was a great idea, though.
Yeah.
It was like, just like 10 minutes, that'd be great. That intermission, so you get enough time to just like, stretch, go get some snacks, come back, go to the bathroom. Because what happened when we were watching Spider-Man and that whole little me having to go to the bathroom, but I have to wait for the credits and shit. And then once I get to the bathroom, every stall is being taken. That could be alleviated if we had an intermission, 15 minutes. They did it for what's that movie that had Quentin Tarantino?
Oh, The Hateful Eight.
The Hateful Eight. They did it in that one, and that movie was that movie 3 hours long?
The movie was
3 hours
about
long.
3 hours long. But I think it was Quentin Tarantino trying to, because that's what they used to do with
Grindhouse,
old films back in the day, and I think that was just his way of like trying to like be nostalgic. And even when you go to like a Broadway show, there is a intermission. So I think it was just that. I don't think they're going to do that with this film, but I am also excited that the director pretty much confirmed that this movie is going to be like the darkest Batman film, almost like borderline murder film, like a murder detective crime thriller. Like this is supposed to be something where you're gonna really see the detective skills from Bruce Wayne come out, and it looks like the Riddler's being painted almost like the Zodiac killer, where he's just leaving all these riddles and puzzles for the police to figure out, but he's also showcasing his narcissism through that. So I'm really super excited. I'm also very curious as to why they haven't shown the actor's face. Like, I get he wears a mask, and
I think he's scarred up.
Yeah,
I think he has scars on his face, like question marks or something. But I could be thinking about another Batman villain who scars himself every time he does an attack. What's that guy? Zazie?
Oh, Victor Zsasz.
I'm about to say Zazie Beats, but that's not the person. Victor Zsasz, yeah, that person. I know that he puts a scar on himself every time he kills somebody. So, I mean, they could possibly put both of those characters together. So it's like, he scars himself. But I think he just has question marks on his face, maybe, possibly, or something.
The fact that they're also already planning on making a TV series on Colin Farrell's The Penguin, I think is also a really good sign that they probably already previewed the movie, and like they were like, yeah, this is gonna happen. Like, also that puts my hopes up, because I wonder if it's going to be like a Sopranos style TV show of this gangster and all of that. Because that's the vibe that I'm getting from Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell's look reminds me of Al Pacino and Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
He gives me that look. And to be if you listen to this podcast, you know that my love of Dick Tracy in the movie and everybody in it is, I love that goddamn thing. And if Colin Farrell is going to be like Al Pacino and Dick Tracy, yeah, I am all for it.
All right, another news. Joss Whedon. Motherfucker, man. In an interview, decided to open up and actually react and give his feedback on the accusations that were made by Ray Fisher, who played Cyborg, Gal Gadot, that played Wonder Woman. And his response was probably the worst response anyone could make.
I have never seen somebody respond to criticism like this. I've seen apology videos when people cry. I've seen apology videos when people basically blame the victim, or just blame the accuser. I've seen apology videos where people just circumnavigate and then just go towards like other problems that are out in the world. You know, be like, why are we worried about this when there was people dying of hunger kind of shit. I've seen that, but the route that he took was a route that was unexpected. I was like, this guy is, I don't know if I can call him narcissistic.
Well, my thing is, so first of all, he wasn't even trying to go for an apology.
No, it wasn't.
He wasn't even trying to go for an apology, which...
His whole thing was like clearing the air, right? That was his whole premise.
Well, no, I think it was really just, you guys got their reaction. I don't think he was clarifying anything. Oh, do you want to hear my feedback? This is my feedback. It was his way of basically saying, fuck you type of thing. You know what? I get... If he was trying to say, like, look, there's nothing for me to apologize because this is what really happened, fine. But his reaction was, yo, I know Ray Fisher said these things about me. Well, guess what? He's a terrible actor. Which to me is so strange because everyone pretty much unanimously, even people that didn't like the film. I'm not crazy about Zack Snyder. I'm not crazy about his Justice League. But I will say, the scenes with Cyborg happen to be the most powerful in that film, in the Zack Snyder Justice League cut. So to sit there and say, well, he was a terrible actor. Well, as a director, what did you do about it? What did you do about it? Like, where, this is the same guy who thought, you know what, why don't we digitize Superman's upper lip? That was horrible. His reaction to what Gal Gadot was saying in that he was threatening her career, his reaction in saying, oh, well, there was a language barrier. Mr. Whedon, a language barrier means that the person doesn't speak your language. Maybe there is a translator that got involved and maybe there was a lost in translation type of thing going on. That's a language barrier. Someone speaking English as their second language doesn't mean that they don't understand the language. My parents came here from another country and they understand the language. So I think that's a super, super cheap excuse. Spanish is my second language, but I understand it completely. So to sit there and say, well, no, I'm very flowery, that's the word that he used. I'm very flowery in my speech. She just doesn't understand it because it's not her first language. Dude, that's some borderline racist shit. Like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I tend to not wish ill upon other people, but honestly, like, that guy does not deserve to direct any big Hollywood movies. Like, he can get the fuck out of here.
The thing about this that gets me is like, okay, he had the confidence to say all this in front of to New York Post or New York Times to have a writer just I'm gonna say all this stuff, confidence out the fucking wazoo, and it just makes me think like, bro, there's probably people out there who are like, they think this, but they know better not to say this shit. And, it just makes me second guess every motherfucker. Again, not even the second guess. It's like a fourth or fifth guess. Just like thinking like, damn, these motherfuckers are just like selfish and vindictive. And on top of that, like, even his wife in 2017 said that this guy is a fake feminist. He says all these different things when he's in front of the camera, but then he lives a different life. He cheats like she said that he cheated on her. He does all these different things. He shouts at her and all this other kind of shit in closed doors and stuff. And bro, it took a bad movie to find out that this motherfucker's a piece of shit. He's been a piece of shit ever since Buffy, probably even before that. Now, are his shows that he executive produced and directed, are they still worth like watching? Or are you gonna do the same like Bill Cosby thing to him? That's a question that I really want to know. Cause they got Bill Cosby the fuck up out of here. Like all his stuff, all his shows and everything. Like you can't find that stuff nowhere. Are they gonna do that to this guy too? Is there a double standards? Nah, goddamn it. still
But
going?
if you press it again, I think doesn't it stop?
Nope. Double standards. Maybe. Could be, possibly. But yeah. It's there. I'm just putting it down. Y'all pick it up if y'all want to. But yeah, man, I do believe that this guy is a fucking... I mean, he's got a lisp, so that's always wrong if you think about it. Think about it.
Joss Whedon to me seems like the guy that he's part of that whole community that every time someone decides to, maybe alter a superhero, with the color of their skin or their gender, he's like one of those guys that gets pissed. Like, no, leave him as male and white and don't touch my shit. Like, yeah. He seems like one of those guys, and I can't fuck with people like that.